Right now, McLaren is the hottest team in Formula One, just like how Aston Martin was amazing at the start of the season. But now, all attention is on McLaren because they suddenly got way better. We all thought Aston Martin would keep getting better too, but that didn't happen. McLaren doesn't want to face the same problem, so they have a plan to stay competitive and keep fighting for podium positions. If you're curious about their plan, stay tuned till the end of the video. McLaren F1 has been doing amazingly well in the last 3 races. Lando Norris got 4th place in Austria, then stood on the podium at Silverstone and the Hungaroring. Oscar Piastri also did great with a 4th and 5th place finish after his car got upgraded. What's even more impressive is that the MCL60 performed well on different tracks. Silverstone needs a fast car with good grip and high-speed corners, while the Hungaroring requires more downforce for its shorter straights and mid-speed corners. After Lando Norris did well at Silverstone and got 2nd place, he expected a tougher time at the Hungaroring. He mentioned that the McLaren still struggled in slow corners. However, the team impressed in Hungary's qualifying, with Norris just missing pole position by 0.85 seconds and Oscar Piastri securing 4th on the grid. This was surprising for Norris because he thought they might struggle at this track. Some other drivers and commentators also noticed that the Hungaroring, despite being known for its downforce, has more medium-speed corners. The track doesn't have long straights or very fast corners, but the drivers don't need to slow down too much as they take most corners at medium speed. Lando thinks that the McLaren might have difficulties in certain corners throughout the season, like La Source at Spa, where they might lose time compared to their competitors. I think the thing is, people say Budapest is a slow-speed circuit, but it's more like a medium-speed track. You don't even need to use 2nd gear anywhere on the circuits, according to Norris. Our biggest struggle is in the chicane at turn 12. That's where we lose a lot of time. But still, we were only 0.08 seconds away from pole position. It's clear we have some weaknesses, and they might also show at other tracks, like turn 1 in Spa, which worries me. But there are many positive aspects too. Even if we're a bit behind, turn 1 or La Source at Spa can be good spots for overtaking. Lando and McLaren hope to make up for the low-speed issues on the rest of the fast track. Their goal is to keep getting better as the season goes on. After Hungary, Fernando Alonso said his team is now the 5th fastest on the grid, a big drop from their strong position as the 2nd fastest at the beginning of the season. But they have a plan to improve, and fans can look forward to that during the summer break after the Belgian Grand Prix. Usually teams start focusing on next year's car around this time, and some even stop making major upgrades. However, since the technical regulations won't change next year, McLaren won't do that. They have already fitted upgrades to become top tenders in the midfield, leading to 2 successive podium finishes. In Austria, they added revised side pods, changed bodywork around the engine cover, and introduced a new floor design. Then at Silverstone, they used a new front wing, nose, and improved rear suspension. These changes helped Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri secure the 2nd and 3rd starting positions, and they finished 2nd and 4th in the race. The 3rd stage of the upgrade was supposed to happen in Hungary, but it got delayed because it took longer than expected to produce the parts. The upgrades for Austria made up around 50% of the total package, and the Silverstone upgrades accounted for another 25%, as per the team's information. Andrea Stella, the team's principal, explained that they needed more time to complete the whole upgrade. So, in the upcoming races, will we see some new parts added to the car? Especially after the summer shutdown. Right now, McLaren still has about 25% of their planned upgrades left to put on the car, and they are likely to have them ready for the Dutch Grand Prix. There's a chance that Red Bull might face their first loss of the season at Max Verstappen's home Grand Prix. That would really spoil the Orange Army's party. But McLaren isn't stopping there. The regulations for 2024 are stable, which means whatever they learn this year will be useful for the next year too, as explained by CEO Zak Brown in an interview with Sky F1. They are fully committed and working hard. More developments are on the way, including some significant ones later in the year. Zak Brown mentioned that everything can change quickly in Formula One, like how Alfa Romeo and Williams improved their performance unexpectedly. McLaren currently has an advantage over the teams around them. After the Canadian Grand Prix, the testing restrictions were recalculated, and because of their slow start to the season, they now have more testing opportunities in the second half of the year than they did in the first half. So they are determined to keep pushing and not assume anything. As of July 1st until January 1st, 2024, McLaren has 95% of the baseline testing time, while Red Bull only has 63%, which is more than 50% less. Additionally, McLaren has 26.7% more testing time than their closest rival, Mercedes. This gives McLaren a fantastic advantage to improve faster compared to the other teams. McLaren's introduction of the first two stages of a significant three-step update, where almost every aerodynamic part on the car changes, has made a remarkable impact. Their recent performance has been so impressive that they even beat Mercedes, which has won the Constructors' Championship 8 times. Toto Wolff, the team principal of Mercedes, admits that McLaren's improvements allowed them to gain around a second per lap. The Austrian mentioned that McLaren made a big leap ahead of other teams with their update. They gained around a second, surpassing teams like Aston Martin and Ferrari, which were strong contenders at the start of the season, but have fallen behind now. However, Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, didn't publicly reveal the exact lap time improvements from the updates. After the recent Budapest round, where Oscar Piastri finished 5th, Stella said they didn't have a precise numerical estimate, but based on their internal data and aerodynamic maps, the improvement wasn't as much as 1 second. He believes that the car's behavior and development also play a role in tire performance, leading to additional lap time benefits. Additionally, there's speculation that the new tire construction, introduced at Silverstone, may be causing problems for Aston Martin and Red Bull. Besides the great new upgrades, McLaren has a significant advantage over their rivals in terms of testing. They have also benefited from the new tires and just completed their own state-of-the-art wind tunnel this month. This new tunnel will help them test and improve their car even further in the coming months. Previously, McLaren used Toyota's wind tunnel in Cologne, which caused delays in bringing development parts to their cars due to the logistics involved in sending parts to Germany. Now, with their own wind tunnel, they can speed up the development process. With a more competitive car, ongoing upgrades throughout the season, and more testing time than their competitors, McLaren's return to the top of Formula One seems promising. They also have talented drivers in Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. It's exciting to think if Lando and Oscar could achieve the same level of success as Senna and Prost did in the late 80s and early 90s. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, take care!